Right, thank you very much. Welcome everybody once again back to this lovely auditorium, LT36 and NT6. We are now in the second segment of our welcome events for the MSc for Precision Health Medicine and XAI. I'm still trying to figure out what does X mean. You could educate me on that. Right, so we have transformed ourselves significantly over the last few years. And this time around, we have managed to obtain the Board of Graduate Studies permission to add on the AI label to our Masters in Precision Health and Medicine, to extend it to include AI. I hope this is a welcome development for all of us. We are not going to stand still, because late last year, we managed to get into the realm of quantum computing. Do you know that? So last year's batch enjoyed the opportunity of interacting with experts in Q boson and soon IBM Q. I'm interacting with them directly. And we are hoping that we will introduce you a flavor this year too, hands-on on the quantum computer. Q boson is a specialized quantum computer, but we want to bring on a general quantum computer that is the IBM Q using the Qiskits interface. So what does that mean? The move from PHM added on AI, and we're going to lay on top of that for the future quantum computing. So stay with us and be there and be seen to be at the cutting edge of technology in transforming the way we deliver healthcare for Singapore, for the region, and for the world. Because that is where you will see how your training in MScPHMxAI will take you to places where you never dreamed of. Okay? So today, we're indeed very honored that we had the Dean of the Medical School, the Lien Ying Chow Professor Chung Yat Sing, to give us the opening. And in his speech, he has already outlined for us the future of what precision medicine will be. More interestingly, I was just told to manage to hire a top man in this field. It's none other than the former executive director of the Jackson Lab, and that person is none other than Edison Liu. So maybe whip up your mobile phone and find out who is this person. Will lead the Precision Health Institute. And we're getting a meeting with him, an audience with him soon, to make sure that all the programs that we introduce to all of you will be aligned with the national agenda and in line with the Precision Health Institute in the near future. Professor Edison Liu is very well famous, having led as founding executive director of our Singapore Genome Institute. This is called GIS. Anyone from GIS here? Genome Institute of Singapore? Excellent. Over here, right? Thank you so much. I'm sure you're very proud of GIS. Yeah. Because in the 90s, we felt that it was important for Singapore to be included in the Global Genome Program. And the only Asian organization that was involved in the Human Genome Project was actually none other than BGI, the Beijing Genome Institute, which later morphed into the acronym BGI when it moved to Shenzhen, no longer in BGI. And I was privileged to meet with the founding Chief Technology Officer, Wang Jin, in a car while traveling to keynote his speech at the AP Bionet INCOG conference, International Conference on Bioinformatics, which again had its origin in Singapore, being the key driver of international conferences that look into new areas of new enabling technologies such as bioinformatics. So BGI is now here represented. BGI Group is represented here by a team of pioneers of MGI. Where are you, MGI? Where's MGI? Your colleagues? There are 5 of them, right? They went back already. Huh? MSD. MSD, but BGI, there are a few of you here, right? 1. Okay. So
we are at the biopolice.
yeah, we are the biopolice. Yeah. So we are engaging with partnering with them as well. And later on, we'll hear from the new chief, the new executive director, newly minted, only 4 days into the job. And stay on this line because we will introduce and you'll find out who he is. Prizes for those people who guess who is this new person who's going to lead the charge for Milkshop and Dome Singapore and the region, right? As well. And he is none other than our very own PhD. 20 years ago, this person, this mystery person who will be addressing us later on, if you can guess who he is, there'll be prizes for you. And he'll be telling us his journey, his vision for the future. Right? Now, before further ado, it's now 9:45 exactly, and according to the program at 9:45, the co-directors of the Master's Program in Precision Health and Medicine will be introducing ourselves, starting with me. So there are three of us, co-directors of the Precision Health and Medicine XAI, and I'm really glad myself to be the youngest guy to be involved in this wonderful venture of really transforming, making a transformative change in medicine. I'm 64. Did you know that? I'm getting older. I will need care. I need plenty of health care. So also my dad, actually yesterday he caught blood and he's right now at this moment in the geriatric department, Ward 3, under being flooded with antibiotics because he has a lung infection. And so if I feel a bit distracted later on, then you know I'm being called to the look after, to make some decisions with respect to his treatment. And he has dementia. Okay? So what it means is that the aging population that the world is experiencing will mean that we really need to step up to the plate in healthcare. And what we need now is something that will transform the way we look at the traditional medicine of one size fits all, which the Dean himself has spoken of. We need to personalize and we need to precisely address the individual's needs for healthcare and very soon all aspects of care. And some of you may have heard that we are now trying to introduce something called the Caregivers Institute Initiative, right? And to look precisely at the individual's profile, biometric profiles, all the way to markers, so that we can better address the future of medicine. And all of you here will be that members of that merry band, that when 100 years later they will say, and they will look back, that was the time. That was the heyday of precision medicine, of which all of us are party to. That transformation that will take us to the next level where 100-year lives are routine, and not just length of longevity in terms of the number of years chronologically, but also the number of years lived healthy, energetic, lucid, able to fuel the next generation of economy and to be able to invent new things and innovate new things and to live life to the full and to leave well at the end of that journey. So I hope that all of you here will understand the mandate that is given to all of you. That you will play a part. You won't be doing everything, but you'll be part of that process. You'll be part of the people that will effect that transformation. And all of us here, professors in the audience, thank you so much, because your expertise, your individual expertise in the specific areas in which you are expert in, which you are passionate in, will be marshaled together and integrated systematically into that transformation. So, hello, my name is Tan Tin Lui. You can Google my name. I am a former chief executive of the National Supercomputing Center, where I spent 14 years trying to convince people that they need GPUs. But as of November 2022, there is no need. My job is done. And therefore, I came back to my own home department in biochemistry, called the Department of Biochemistry, whereby MScPHM was founded 2 years ago by Professor Caroline Lee, who is and Professor Kenneth Ban. You'll be hearing from them shortly after my long spiel. I'm dragging the time so that the dean will be waiting for the vice dean to come, right? So I'm the filler, right, so to speak. But anyway, the point here is that I have been involved in building bioinformatics, and along the way, I was involved in introducing the very basis of big data. The basis of big data is the basis for AI and generative AI. But where did big data come from? So I was very fortunate in the 90s to be head of the Singapore's first internet service provider that brought on the internet framework that connected Singapore to the rest of the world. And because everyone can now become publisher of information, every database who want to put themselves online now have big data. Over the last 20 years, big data has been accumulating to the tipping point, whereby when combined with supercomputing power, with HPC, the confluence of big data with big iron compute, boom, what happened? 2022, ChatGPT appeared to look like a human being that can speak better English, have better intelligence than anybody else human in the world. And now today we are in the post-AI era where everyone is using that technology. And beyond that, we are talking about not just generative AI, but agentic AI. So what I'm trying to say here is that I'm very fortunate to be in this really exciting period of the last 4 decades, where the world has undergone tremendous transformation, not just in internet technology, but I was involved in bioinformatics, the founding of bioinformatics in this region, as well as supercomputing. And now I'm back one full circle, where I first started in biochemistry department, back in the Department of Biochemistry to help take all these technologies, whether it's internet technology, enabling big data, whether it's bioinformatics, to produce the algorithms that will help us do machine learning and deep learning, and whether it's big iron supercomputers that we built, 3 generations, more than $600 million, $0.6 billion I processed in the last 14 years to produce petascale grade supercomputers for 3 generations of supercomputers, Aspire 1 in 2016, Aspire 2A, Aspire 2A Plus, and then finally our latest one, Aspire 2B, and the next one, end of this year, we'll be launching a supercomputer that is coupled with, guess what, Quantinuum's quantum computer as an accelerator. And all that technology is for what? Transforming society, and more importantly, transforming our healthcare. The care that aging people like myself will need. So I really hope that all of you understand the importance of where you are today and the significance as you stand at the crossroads of your personal career, at the crossroads of medicine that's going to take a new direction, trajectory, an arc of trajectory that will bend towards society that values care every single individual. Care from cradle to grave, that we can live well, age well, and leave well in the good hands of healthcare professionals and healthcare allied professionals such as we in this community represent. So with that, I would like now to hand over to Professor Ken Ban, who will introduce himself. And he was actually he was actually my student in 19.
So you can infer, imagine that actually I had back care before I worked my So maybe that gives you a preview of
How much stress I give you?
It's something genetic and I can't help it, but of course it's accelerated by stress also. All right. So welcome everybody, our distinguished guests, all right? And I'm going to drag over the time also. I think our vice dean should be on the way, right? Distinguished guests, colleagues, and go to check. And most importantly, students here, all right? So welcome. For those of you who have not been to Singapore, welcome to Singapore. Welcome to NUS Medicine, of course, to the course also. So I think I won't belabor the point. You have heard all these talks already, particularly by the Dean, to set the tone about the future of healthcare and things like that. I think we are uniquely placed in a very interesting point of history where the confluence of different technologies, all right? So we have data science, we have AI, and then of course all the technologies for capturing information from molecular level and also to real-time capture of our lifestyle kind of data. So it's quite interesting. I think a challenge is actually bringing all this to bear so that actually we can help to improve healthcare. Right? So I think that's good. But what's the message here? You notice that these fields seem to be kind of different. And that's why we emphasize in our course that it's an interdisciplinary course. So for students, what does it mean? It means that you need to be prepared to go out of your comfort zone, right? As you meet each other, and it's also enforced because we're going to put you into groups that will try and mix you with people from different backgrounds. Now, why is this so? Because a clinician may look at the same problem in a different way from a data scientist. A biologist may look at it differently from an engineer, for example. So it's at this intersection of different disciplines where the most interesting ideas occur, right? So I'm very happy that just now when the mingling down there, you were speaking to many people, getting to know each other, as well as some of our faculty and our colleagues and our partners here. So I think that's great, all right? So I think it's an exciting time, all right? Stay curious like that, and don't be afraid to, be learning new things also. So unfortunately, you hear a lot from me because I anchor 3 courses that mandate that you do some coding, all right? Whether you like it or not. We have decided in the program that whether you like it or not, you're going to learn some coding also. So I think, and vice versa. For those of you who are, well-versed in coding, you're experts, even more than myself, you may feel some discomfort as you're learning things about healthcare also, right? So I think it's this friction that allows you to learn, all right? And that would be great. So I won't say anything else. Okay, I'll hand over to Prof. Caroline. So on behalf of the program, welcome, all right?
Thank you very much. I need a script because it's 5 minutes. I'm given 5 minutes, so I'm going to try to be fast. A very good morning to all of you, and welcome to the Precision Health and Medicine XAI, because we have this X factor. Okay, so let me quickly share with you. So my name is Carolyn, and I'm also the co-director of this course, and together with Kenneth, we were the founding co-directors. And actually, we have a third one. He went to Doha, so the 3 of us. So now we pulled Tinwi to join us. So here, I would like to speak not just as a teacher to you, because I'm also anchoring one core module and one elective module, but also as someone with this founder's stake in all of you, to make sure that all of you well placed in the world. Okay, so you may have noticed, I think Hilary as well as the Dean has kind of said now we have the X factor and AI in it. So just like to tell you that this AI is not a decoration. It is where the future of medicine is, because we require these tools. We have come to a stage where data is so big that we cannot just use our hands or mind. So avoiding them would be like refusing to use the most powerful iPhone or most powerful smartphone that you have, right? But there's the challenge right now is, how do we use AI? Because the challenge is harder. I would suggest that we use AI boldly, but without allowing them to quietly do the work for you. I think, or do the thinking for you. Many of us now, because AI is so powerful, they can write speech, and I edited the speech, but majority is written by AI too, right? So the important thing is we can capitalize on the power of AI to be our tutor, to explain perhaps what is a survival curve to a biologist, or a signaling pathway to an engineer, or even to help you to code in Python, right? So you're born in an era where learning is so much easier. However, the important thing is because it can remove barriers to learning. However, remember, with AI, especially the GAI, there's the peril, because it can be very fluent, it can be very confident, but it can be completely wrong. Okay, so it may invent a citation, mistake a gene's role, and give you a biased answer that in the same exact calm tones that you think that what they say is correct. So what is important right now, and you realize that when it is applied to precision medicine, it is not harmless. And importantly, because your work may develop into algorithms for decisions on real people. So the machine does not carry the responsibility if it is wrong. The human beings, that's you and I, have to. So there are other subtler dangers when you're using AI, because generative AI makes it possible right now to produce polished work. And I'm sure we are going to give you assignments, we are going to give you presentations, and they can help you to do that. And what happened is that you can produce a published work without ever understanding what is going on. And is it going to be helpful to you? Not really. Because during times when you go for interviews, you need to have your basic knowledge. You can score an A because you use GAI to write your essays. But if you can't even have a conversation on the field, you may not be hired. Okay, so very important. So the other thing is, whenever you see a problem that the machine has never seen before, because the machine needs to have the data of the world, right? Then it is the problem now. These are the problems that's worth solving. And therefore, if you have nothing on your own, you're going to be in trouble. So remember, learning is meant to be effortful. The struggle is not a flaw in education. It is actually what or how understanding is built on. Okay, so another danger that we see with GAI is that, remember, GAI trains on data. And many a times, these data that it is trained on is, in precision medicine field, is on the Caucasian data. And that's why a few of us here in Singapore spends our lifetime working with Asian data. And so the thing is, one big missing gap is the Asian genome. And that's why this program is being built, and that's why PRECISE is being built, and I'm sure Beijing Institute and all these are being built. So remember, you cannot, if you were to just use AI and develop algorithms for real life work, it may not be applicable to this population. So it is where we need to collect our own data, we need to do our own analysis, and to come up with algorithms that will fit our population. Because you cannot correct a bias you cannot see, and you will only see it. You can identify bias if you understand the basis of it. And therefore, I would urge all of you to use AI to enhance your learning, but never to replace it. Use them as a tutor, as a sparring partner, but not as a proxy or your ghostwriter. Okay, so one suggestion is draft your own answer first. Ask the AI to critique it, redraft it upon the AI's critique, and ask it to critique again. After you are satisfied, ask AI to make it smooth. Okay, they are very good in making things very smooth. Okay, so remember to use AI to teach you what you genuinely don't understand, and only to ask it at the end to help you. So you do the thinking, AI will be the author. Okay, so because I think we are in this era that is quite difficult. Okay, so